Hi, today we'll be talking about conversion of Notion form into PDF files, and specifically we will talk about demand letter form. So as you can see, this is a demand letter form that I have created over here in the background. And once the user fills in all the details in this particular form and they click on submit, the responses will go to my responses side in this database. I already have created two dummy submissions out of the particular form, and now I'm looking to create an automation system which can create me PDF files whenever a new response will come up over here. For this, I'll be using a tool known as PDF Output. This will help me create PDF files on automation from a Google document with the help of the Notion database that we just saw. So we need to design a document for this, which will be our template file for the demand letter, and then we will be able to create the PDF files from the database entries that we have over here. It can be used to create any documents such as reports, invoices, any contracts, certificates, or even quotations for a business on a day-to-day basis. Let's click on create PDF and quickly sign in, and then we will understand the remaining steps of the automation what we need to perform. Once you log in, you will be asked to add a Notion database, which we already have over here. After the database is added, we need to connect it with a Google document. Okay. So once the document is added for the database, we will be able to map all the properties of the database onto the document one by one through the mapping section that we see over here. And then we can be able to produce the PDFs on automation forever. Okay. So let's click on add Notion database and begin the adding the database part. So let me copy this database title which we have over here. So let me copy it entirely, and I already have the database title information. Let me go back and let me click on select pages over here. Okay. We need to paste the database title inside this search pages. As we do that, we will be able to search any particular database from this list. I have this demand letter form. Let me click on this, and the form is already added. Okay. So this makes it really easy to add a form by simply entering the database title inside the search pages. We can even select the same from the top level pages, but I will not recommend it, because if you select any database from these top level pages, your experience will not be smooth, and sometimes the databases do not get added correctly. So always enter the database title inside the search pages and then only add it. Alongside this, if your database is connected with other databases through relation properties, so let's say the demand letter form is connected with database A and database B through relation properties, we also need to add database A and database B inside the search pages. So make sure you're adding all the databases that are used, including the relational properties, so that the PDF file that will be created will have all the relation and roller values come up correctly in the output file. With this, let's click on allow access, and now I will get access to the demand letter form, which I can see from this selection window. Okay. Once we have access to the demand letter form, we can map it to a document and then create a PDFs. So you will be able to see the database populate over here. If it is still not yet appearing, simply reload the database once or twice. It will automatically fetch all the databases and it will show you. It takes a while to load the database, so please have patience in this process, but you will definitely be able to see the same. If you still do not get it, simply refresh this web page entirely and you will be able to have it soon. Let me click on demand letter form, and now you will be able to see all the properties of the database appear over here one below the other. Okay. So whatever properties you see in this particular form, they are already visible inside this mapping section that you see over here. Okay. A beautiful thing is that this automatically creates these two additional columns, generate PDF and PDF file. If you mark any records as ready to generate, it will automatically create the PDF file for you right inside this PDF file section. So anything that you set as ready to generate, it will convert to PDF file right over here. Okay. Let's add a document for this. Let me click on add Google document. If you already have a demand letter document available, click on existing document, and you can choose any existing document from your drive if you already have a template for this. I do not have any such template. Let me click on add demo document, and it will create me a demo document instantly with all the properties automatically mapped. Okay. So let me remove these text which I do not need from the top, and let me rename this document to something like demand letter. Okay. So you can see it has automatically created me these properties with all the mappings already done. So anything that you see inside double curly brackets are the exact properties which we have in the database over here, which is automatically added. Okay. So we have recipient information, sender information, actioner, amount demanded. All these fields are automatically added from the database that we see over here. Okay. So when the PDF will be created, these properties that is shown over here will be mapped to this particular fields, and the values will be replaced onto the particular placeholders, and the PDF will be created out of that. Okay. If you want to manually add any property, what you can do is simply copy. So let's say I want to add any recipient information. Click on copy, go to the document anywhere where you want to add it. Simply use Control V or Command V. Okay, so you can use the keyboard shortcut Control V or Command V. This will paste the property live onto the document. So you can simply copy paste the property onto the document anywhere, and it can automatically map it on its own. Okay, I have all the mappings already done, so I do not need to map anything any further. Besides this, I want to define the PDF file name. Okay, so I can choose any particular column from this list, which can be my PDF file name. So I will select received by field. So let me choose received by from this particular section, and all my files will be named as per the received by column that we see over here. So once this is done, let's click on download PDF to generate the PDF file. Okay, so I'll click on download PDF, and now my PDF file will be directly created and stored inside this PDF file section. It will also be downloaded onto the downloads directory, as you can see, and it also gets stored right inside this database. So we have the first file which is already visible. Click on this, and the output will be visible with all the placeholders automatically mapped. Okay, so you can see all the fields have automatically been mapped. Similarly, let's click on the second entry, and we will see the second file. This also has all the fields automatically mapped, and all the fields have correctly been added. So we just got two documents created. This is the first one, and this is the second one, where all the fields were automatically tagged and they are mapped as per the database that we have over here. The beautiful thing about this is that if you click on setup Notion automation, this will automate the process of generating PDFs forever, which means whenever a user clicks on submit and they add a new entry in this particular form, you can simply mark it to ready to generate, and the PDF will automatically be created over here. So this adheres to the requirement that we had at the beginning. Whenever a new entry comes up, simply mark it to ready to generate, and the PDFs will automatically be created over here. You do not need to go back to PDF output, set up everything from start, and again download PDF, as everything happens live and it happens right inside the database. Okay, so this makes the process completely hassle-free, and 24/7, 365 days you can create a PDF. Once you click on Setup Notion Automation, all the automations happen right inside the database, and whenever a new entry comes up, the PDFs will directly be stored over here in the PDF file section. That makes it truly seamless, and the experience will be entirely awesome, as the PDFs get created right inside the database for you. I hope this explanation was helpful to you, and if you still have any questions or queries, use this chat bubble and send me a message with all your queries on this. I'll be able to address the same as soon as I receive it. Besides this, you also have a contact window where you can click on this and you can send me an email with whatever issues you might be having, and I'll be able to address the same as soon as possible. Okay, you may have an option to book a free demo session with me. So if you want to take a free walkthrough of the entire process, click on free demo session, and I'll be able to guide you through entirely the same process step by step. And you can see it has already transformed this document into PDF file as we were discussing this, and it has created the PDF file right over here inside the database. Okay, this is how the automation works live, and it creates the entire